Over 2,000 juveniles were arrested for crimes against other persons, which includes assault, battery, and murder. Now, the city of Columbia has been partnering with the community to bring those numbers down.
How can we show our teens that violence is not the answer while providing them with the necessary support needed for them to thrive? It's time to stomp out crime.
That was the goal of an event today that drew hundreds to Columbia. The annual Stomp Out Violence events happened outside of the Dutch Square Mall this afternoon.
Remember to stomp out crime.
Stomp out crime.
Stomp out crime.
Stomp out crime.
And we are live in full effect in Columbia, South Carolina at the Stomp Out Crime event.
Crime doesn't care about your race, your color, or your zip code. And we have to come together.
As a community, we have to raise our children. If we don't, then the streets are going to do it.
We've got to have places to where instead of being out on the street corner, they can come out and have a good time. They can get free food, they can get clothing, they can get all these different things, right? And we got to do that more.
This year was our third year to be able to host this event that just came from simply us coming together. The passion and the drive that we have to make a difference in our communities among victims of crime. And so whether that be domestic violence or sexual assault, we want all people to know that support is out there. And so another part about Stomp Out Crime is to bring nonprofits together, other agencies together to share their knowledge and the resources that they have in the community. And so that has been the whole focal point. And of course, we make it fun because we want the community to also know that this is a family fun event. So bring your kids out and, you know, your neighbors and your organizations, your churches, your schools out to come and enjoy the event. And this year, by far, it was the biggest, and each year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I have to tell you, this past Saturday, like my heart was so filled with joy, and just to be able to see that support and all of us come together. I mean, I could just cry about it because I just love community so much, but I just love every bit of that. And we all try to make sure that we continue to say,
providing a safe place for the community to share their thoughts. At the end of the day, how do you feel? Do you feel safe? What do you think we can do? And even having the law enforcement being a visual vocal point, showing that, hey, law enforcement still care here in the Midlands, because they were out there. They was not asking for no special privileges. They was out there in the sun just like we were, you know, and also just mingling with the community, having those conversations. So I saw a tapestry of so many variations of businesses, from a spiritual standpoint to a physical standpoint, and also from a community standpoint, all of the nonprofits that came together to put on this event. And then in addition to the nonprofits that was just at the event itself, I met a lot of people as well. So it was a lot of great resources, a lot of great connections. Many times we hear that us Black and brown cannot work together, especially women. And I'm telling you, this whole organization, this Stomp Out Crime, was 4 organizations coming together that are women run, or women ran, I should say, coming together for this amazing cause. And it was a successful event. So it shows that we still have individuals, still have women and men that care about what happens, what we leave behind for our children and our children's children. So I encourage you guys, the next time you see this next year, make it a point to come out, and not only come out, but make it a point to support.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for seeing the vision, and thank you for coming on board to make this event a success.
The thing is that here in the Midlands, we have been seeing an upswing of crime. And we know it. We see it on the news every single day. And many times when we see the news, even though we appreciate it because it keeps us to be aware, but we are plagued with so many negative stories all the time. Right. And so what I found with Stomp Out Crime is that, hey, we're talking about this issue, we bring your families together, and we're coming together despite whatever's going on with gun violence, crime, and we're making it a safe place for families to come together, to meet other people, to network, to just fellowship. And it was just a beautiful sight to see that we can come together in peace and love. Yes. And that there's still people who care about the community. So what do you think about it?
Yes, I totally agree with you. I actually wanted to be a part of the Stomp Out Crime because of the amazing ladies. Don't have me cry. The community, and I love supporting them, especially Dr. Vanessa and Dr. Juanita, because they had brought me through a lot in life. And so they have impacted my life in such a way that I want to be there to support and to love on them as they love on me. And so as Dorlisa and Dr. Tracy. Like I said, this is the third year and there has not been any incidents. And I just truly believe, because God is, intervening in the planning, and especially it's starting from, this amazing 4 ladies and the amazing volunteers and everyone that made, the vendors, everyone that came together as one. To me, it's always a beautiful sight to see when everyone in the community come together and love on each other, support one another. And I believe we can all make a big difference in our community when you volunteer. The listeners out there, volunteer for our community here in Columbia. Where else can we start, besides starting right at home? And so, I just encourage you to, join us next year. Like we said, it's going to get bigger next year. With Dr. Vanessa and everyone. So I received the Volunteer of the Year recognition, and anything and all that I do, I always give God all the honor, praise, and glory, because God did it. He always seen my heart through helping, and when I help and when you connect with me, we have that connection. I will always be supportive of those who
talk about our health in our bodies, but what about the health in our minds? So my goal at SE Thrive is to make sure I can train as many individuals to notice the signs and symptoms of someone experiencing a mental health crisis. And that was one of the reasons why I came to Stomp Out Crime, because, we can look in the news and a lot of times we see that sometimes people are not aware that a person is having a mental health crisis or experiencing the signs and symptoms, and they mistake that for them maybe feeling like they're committing a crime. And so we want to make sure that everyone knows what it might look like for someone to be experiencing a crime and not a mental illness, and not mistake that for an actual crime instead. And so we definitely partner with law enforcement to make sure that they're educated about the signs and symptoms also to look out for.
Why did you decide to be in participation of or support of the Stomp Out Crime event here in Columbia, South Carolina?
Well, this is my second Stomp Out Crime event. I started last year. I just moved here maybe about 5 years ago. So I ended up meeting Dr. Vanessa and found out what she was doing for the community through Stomp Out Crime. I'm very passionate about peace. Coming from a very small town, which is a little bit less than 800 people. So crime was readily there. I seen it, heard it, knew a lot about it. But I was always advocating for peace. So I wanted to be able to pour back into the community, because I saw how Dr. Vanessa pours back into the community through love, through this organization. So that's what brought me to Stomp Out Crime for the second year around.
Wow. So you've been a part of Stomp Out Crime for 2 years. This event has been started 3 years ago. So just after the first year, you said, wait a minute, I like this. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 and 3. So thank you for your volunteer service and everything that you're doing. So as you said, you come from a small town and you can see how crime It's readily available in big and small towns. And so one thing that we have to deal with a lot now that I'm noticing is that the gun violence is way more higher here in South Carolina than it was maybe 5 or 10 years ago. And so with that being said, one thing that I loved about this event is that we talked about that. We talked about solutions. We saw so much positivity with all ages, all grade levels, all adults. Educational background was at this event. So it was really, really remarkable. What is one thing that you really liked about the event? Because all of us have certain things that we gravitate towards that we like a little bit more than others. So is there any particular thing that you was looking forward to? Because we had a talent show, we had a card show, they had so much.
Well, nothing in particular. Actually, it's just so, like you said, it was so much. It was so much stuff. Everything was awesome. I got to meet some people that I didn't get to meet last year. The event was actually bigger than it was last year, which was so amazing. There were so many other people that decided to join this magnificent event. So I just networking, get to know different people in the community, what they stand for, the people that supported Dr. Vanessa and this organization, just meeting new people and just being a part of such a great event.
Upcoming episodes. So thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you again in one moment. Gotta take a break. Thank you so much for being a part of the Tina Ramsay Show. Make sure you guys to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Follow these ladies, connect with them. I'm sure with her nonprofit, she needs some volunteers, so make sure to check her out. And I'm sure in regards to health and wellness, you have events going on. You need someone to come speak and share this information. You don't have to learn it, just get her. And just like that, we are back, everyone, live in full effect at the Stomp Out Crime event here in Columbia, South Carolina. You need to stop. You need to hold your horses, because I ain't seen no men up in here. You been telling me some women? No, it's men. And so right now we have Daryl.
DJ D Extra.
Oh, here, DJ. Oh, he give us the beats. I like you already.
That's right.
You make us feel stuff.
That's right.
All right. So, what made you come to the Stomp Out the Crime, and tell us about what you do and how people can get in contact?
First of all, we were invited to be the headliner for Stop the Violence, Stop the Crime, and we put together a song and a whole show to represent and to show love to the community, and also to find a way to do something about the crime. I'm a DJ, I am a producer, I run a recording studio, photographer, musician, and I'm here.
Music, because music is very, very important. Many people don't even think about how music can actually change a whole situation. And so thank you for providing all this services.
Facebook page, which is DJ D Extra, which is DJ DEE, it's got a dash, XTRA. What I want to share is, if you plan to pursue a career in multimedia music, don't give up, because it took 36 years to get to where I am now. And a lot is happening fast, and it's because of not giving up, because a lot of people gave up along the way. And the key is stay in the game.
I love what you just said, because many people, we have so many new budding entrepreneurs, and I hate to say it, but we have a new generation that I love you. Don't get me wrong. Don't you come in here. Don't come at me. But I'm just saying, I have noticed as a whole, not all, but as a whole, don't appreciate that you have to start from the bottom and go up to the top. Our generations, we understood you got to start at the entry level and work your way up. You can't come into business or start a business come into a business and become a CEO overnight.
Yeah.
It took you over 30 plus years.
So when you see people that it look like they made it overnight because now they're finally getting noticed, you would not believe the number of years and decades sometimes of work put in before somebody noticed them and put them on a certain platform.
That's true, because this didn't happen overnight with me. You didn't see me then, but you see me now. But Lord knows it was many nights. I'm with the Lord. I'm like, I don't know, Lord. I don't know.
And I still have challenges like that. And a lot of times when so much comes your way, and you gotta figure it out.
You do. But the thing of the matter is, but I love what you said. Do not give up and keep on working, because your time will come.
That's right.
if you don't give up. And when you feel like it's that moment where you want to give up, that's when you should push the most.
Push.
Look at you now. Look at what you're doing. All the things that's happening because you kept pushing when it wasn't easy for you to push. And so you guys make sure to check him out and tell them about your single again so they can follow you on your music.
It is called It's a Movement, All for Love. It's from Quantized Recordings, and it's available at all media outlets worldwide.
Wow. I'm going to make sure I follow and make sure I give you some streaming from me so I can listen, honey.
I also want to make a note that this song was written for South Carolina. It's got South Carolina in the hook, and it's being played in Oakland, California. Videos, people playing it all over, and it's amazing that it's South Carolina built. Mm-hmm. We can do it.
We can do it. I love it representing South Carolina because sometimes they think we don't do nothing.
That's right.
We do a lot.
Gonna build a nation.
Hello, everyone. I just want to take a minute to reflect and thank everyone who came out to Stomp Out Crime today. All of our volunteers were amazing. I'm just so grateful. All of our sponsors, all of our vendors, everybody that participated in the talent show, the car and bike show, you guys rock. And I am so grateful and overwhelmed at the amount of participation. All of the people that got awards today, it was just a really great day. Just from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you. I am sending this message for not only myself, but for Dr. Juanita, Dr. Tracy, and Delisa from all of our organizations, because we can't do this alone. It takes a community to stop crime. We truly believe that love and kindness changes the world, and that's how we reduce crime in our community. So we're just thankful for you.